Look, when you really know what's going on, you know, it's like, it's deeper than it's bigger than anything you can imagine, and it's the truth. You know, this brotherhood, you know, when it's set up like this black path, everything has to have a design. You understand? Everything has to have a recipe, and their recipe is, without the AI, is images. You know, their newspapers, they teach wherever it's set up, these humans. And then the only thing they know is what they have. And then they grow into that shit. You know, they grow into the materialism. They grow into, you know, you got to buy shit that grows out of the ground, man. I mean, come on. And they can't see they control that. These are demons that are controlling literally spirit, condensed spirit. Anything you see out there in nature is spirit. And it's like I was saying, these humans, they can't go anywhere past that. They'll say this, you know, you're like, okay, what is nature? And this is what they've done to these humans who are religious people, who are supposed to be for Jesus. And we'll tie in on how they just cut it off. They don't have it in them. So if you ask them what is nature, because you got to bring up the Big Bang shit, you know, it's crazy. So when you ask them what nature is, they'll say, well, yeah, well, that's God. And you're like, okay, well, if that's God, then why do you give AI more attention than God? AI is the opposite of God. But they'll tell you, oh no, we've made strides. And it's strides in what? Ever since AI, every generation is worse. And they can't see that. So when you tell them, well, then why do you go spray chemicals on God? And then they don't understand that. They do not understand what you're saying. They don't care. They do not give a shit. You know, and I'm like, how would you feel if somebody was spraying chemicals on you, drying you out and just destroying you? Because that's what we do. Well, for one, it has to happen on the screens and the billboards. Pests everywhere, those nasty weeds. There's no such thing as weeds. There's no such thing as weeds. All that out there is alive. It's just the same way as me and you. But these human beings, they don't have it in them. They don't have it in them. They go to these huge churches and these seminary schools, and not one thing they do that has to do with nature. Not one thing. They're all running around with gadgets and ear pods. So who's the winner is my question to you. Who would be the winner? It would be the designer of all the AI shit. You see, and when AI is constantly going into your fucking brain and your ears, then that's who you become. You are what you eat. Think about it. If you eat shit all the time, then you're going to be shit. If you work out and eat good, then you're going to be badass warrior. If you're reading, you know how to decipher the shit, and you're looking at nature and absorbing and observing and all that, then you become that. If you're just sitting there watching shit and always watching shit and eating shit and drinking shit, then they're shit. They're shit. And they make great money and they go to these huge churches. That's what I'm saying. I'm painting a picture for you. It's not, these people are not fucking human. The only thing they know is the images and the billboards, and that's it. That's the only guidance. Go into your kitchen right now. I know you've got something in there. That's whether it's peanuts, it's a snack, it's something in a bag. It doesn't matter. We're to a point where you can't get shit unless you buy a plastic bag that poisons everything. It's going to say tear here on it. Do you not know where to tear a bag or a plastic wrapper? Why does it have to tell you where and how to do it? That's your guide. That's all you've ever known. Once you can understand that, there was no such thing as ovens and baking all this food. That's all nonsense. It's all garbage. It is. You don't need none of it. And y'all don't even have it in you. The people against us, there's enough food that grows out of the ground that you would spend a whole lifetime trying to learn that. That's with no meat. Yeah, you can stuff your fucking self with all kinds of shit that grows out of the ground. And I ain't saying don't eat meat. I'm not saying eat meat. I'm just simply saying this society has designed you to eat more meat than any kind of vegetables, which is a lie, because now everything's 3D printed and all that. So that shows you that your leaders have got you eating foods that are not even real and that cause the anatomy to shut down in every way possible. But since the news and the newspapers and all these Jesuits are on the same fucking side, nothing's ever said about it. So you get worse, and your pastors are Jesuits too. They're all in on it. It's deeper. It's bigger than what you can imagine. These are generations of fake Black Path magicians. These ain't really. These fucking dumb Jesuits that run all these churches and shit, and these schools, these districts, these communist districts. We're on fire, ain't we? It's a joke. They don't have anything though. They're fucking literally, there's a blueprint for them too to be raised a certain way. Do you understand what I'm saying? There's a blueprint for them to be raised a certain way too, and they do know about the goy. That's why they lie to them. Their job is to keep them in front of them in the congregation, keep them in the universities, you know, keep them there, keep them in that position. And the position is a possession within itself, because the possession of the emotions comes with it, which would be Ahrimanic materialism. And then that adult, which is a dumbass, grows into that. Oh no, he's fucking crazy. You know, I see all of us. I see how pathetic y'all are. But my whole point is you can't get them to go beyond like critical thinking. You cannot do it. It's impossible. I've tried it over and 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 over, and it's the in recovery we call it the definition of insanity, you know. But it's not, because I keep, you know, it's fucked up, because when you've been trained to program to believe and to accept that this is it. You come through this life one time and you get to play with all these gadgets and eat all this shit food and watch all this stupid shit, and then you die, and then you inherit this fucking heaven that's streets of gold that you never ever even worked for. You didn't even put 1 foot forward to even fucking question your existence. You just kept turning into whatever these demons give you in their little Verizon stores and their Walmarts and then all their fuck shit. You ain't getting through to them. I love you.